Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to replace the charger port on your Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Now I'm going to warn you, to replace the charging port on this phone, it is it's part of the LCD screen. The back button and the menu button, they're in between the frame and the glass part of the LCD screen. So you're going to have to be very careful, and you're taking a risk of breaking the LCD in the process. Now that said, let's get started. Remove the battery, stylus, and we're gonna, with a small Phillips head screwdriver, remove all of the screws on the back. Alright, so after you have all of the screws removed, you're gonna have to give the phone a little bit of heat so that we can start lifting up around the frame. And we're gonna pull back on it, and the front screen assembly with the motherboard and the frame will pop out. This one actually popped out very easily because this phone has been taken apart before. So the first time you do it, it's the same process, but it's gonna take a little bit more prying and a little bit more heat and time to come off. But that is how you do it. You just pry up around so that the adhesive, um, gets loose and the phone comes apart. So after we take it apart, we're gonna have to start disconnecting all the flex cables, the antennas, so that we can remove the motherboard first. So go around, disconnect the LCD cable, the bottom antennas. We're gonna have to remove one black Phillips head screw. Once you have all the flex cables disconnected, you can lift up on the motherboard and then give it some pressure on the bottom to release the charger port connector. So push down on it and it will come out. There we go. So the motherboard comes right out, and that's the charging port flex cable. Alright, we're gonna have to remove one more black Phillips head screw on the bottom holding the charger port down. Let's remove that. And now we're going to gently lift up, pry up on the charger port connector. This one's coming out pretty easy because, like I said, this phone probably has been taken apart before. So if it hasn't been done before, it's gonna have some adhesive on there. So you just pull up a little bit harder on it. Okay, so this is the tricky part. You're gonna want to give it some heat and separate just slightly the glass part of the screen from the frame, and then we're going to gently pull back on the charger port to release the back button and the menu button. See, that's one of the buttons right there. I pulled it out, so now I'm pulling out the other one. Gently, just like I said, pry up the glass from the frame, lift it up, and then release the flex cable. And the charger port will come out like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now all we have to do is get the new charger port and place it in the same way that the old charger port was in there. So let's remove these adhesive strips. And then we're gonna have to slowly and gently place the like I said, the menu button and the back buttons so that they fall in the correct place. in between the frame and the glass. So we're going to pry up on it again, give it some space, and slide it in there. Once it's in there, once it's in there in the right spot, then we're going to go ahead and fold the charger port over to place it down. So we're going to have to just kind of wiggle it around and push it back in. Make sure that the flex cables for the back button and the menu button are in the right spot. So push them in if you have to a little bit. And the home button, be careful with the home button. Alright, so now that the charger port is in, let's remove the adhesive strip so that it can stick down. Okay, and then next thing we're gonna have to do now is make sure it's in the right place. Alright, so now we can go ahead and disconnect the antennas from the old charger port and place them on the new one. Alright, so once the antennas are back in, now we're ready to place the motherboard back on. Alright, so let's move the flex cables out of the way. The top flex cable for the ear speaker. And we're going to have to remove the bottom antennas and the flex cable for the home button out of the way. Alright, so once they're all out of the way, the motherboard should fit right in. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and connect all the flex cables again and the antennas. Remember to give it some pressure on the motherboard towards the top so that the screen cables can connect, the LCD and the digitizer cable. Give it some pressure on the bottom so that the charger port cable can connect, and connect the antennas. Alright, so then let's go ahead and place the two black screws, one that holds down the charger port and the other one that holds down the motherboard. Alright, and then after that, now we're ready to go ahead and place the back cover back on. So let's place the charger port part first and then slide it up towards the top. give it some pressure so that all of the clips can fall back into place. All right, and then after the back frame is back on, we can go ahead and um, with the small Phillips head screwdriver, place all of these screws back in. All right, so after all the screws are in, let's place the battery back in, the stylus back in, the back cover back on, and so yep, the repair is done. Now let's go ahead and just seal this back cover back on, and let's connect the phone on to test the new charging port we installed. I'm getting the charger port, I mean the charging cable. And let's plug it in. All right, so now we can see it's actually charging. It wasn't doing this before. That's how you replace the charging port on the Note 4. Hope this video helps you out. If it does, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.